Hi everyone, welcome to Reading and Productivity Sprints for tonight. I'm joined by a new person who's not been with us before, a lovely friend Katie, who I only met in real life a week ago at one of my Moon and the Slayers events. So hi Katie, thank you for joining us. Can you hear me okay, Katie?
Yeah, it keeps going off. I'm not too sure if it's the weather.
Okay. Okay, it's just perfectly autumnal, isn't it? But yeah, everybody should still be able to see you because I still can. So is everything going okay tonight apart from the weather and the autumnal atmosphere?
Yeah, I'm actually really liking it though. I love a thunderstorm. It's been a really nice afternoon with all the rain and the thunder.
Yeah, I was a bit worried about my toddler, and actually he really enjoyed it in the end. He was like, ooh, can hear the thunder, can see the lightning. I was like, okay, this is good. You're not crying. I'm happy with this response. He takes after his spooky mother, so all is fine. So if anybody hasn't been here before, Katie's going to join us for the chat part, and then we're going to go to sprints in probably 5 or 10 minutes. I'll go through the comments, so please let us know what you're planning to read or do. I'm planning to do a mixture of reading and writing. So I'll share with you what I'm going to be reading and a hint about what I'm going to be working on. So Katie, do you want to start off by telling us what are you planning to do during the sprints?
Sorry, your camera went off then on mine.
Oh, did it? Okay, yeah. I'll say it again. Do you want to just tell us or show us what you're planning to do during the sprints?
Right, I've got quite a lot of things.
Excellent, go for it.
This is the book that I'm currently reading, Major Detours. Awesome. I'm just past halfway through. It's the last of my summer reads.
Okay.
I'm very slow with it though. It's like a tarot based, a bit like Goosebumps. You choose the story, how it goes.
Oh, so, I like it.
I'm going to try and get some of this out of the way. Failing that, Odd Spirits.
Oh, that sounds good and spooky.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera.
Yeah,
I'll send you a picture of it later. But yeah, that one sounds really good. It's about a married couple. One's a magician and one is a witch, and they have a I can't even speak this evening. Malevolent entity in their home.
Oh, fun. See, I'm matching with you. I'm reading Haunting of Ashburn House at the minute by Darcy Coates. People are probably thinking, what is she doing? I was reading this about 4 weeks ago on a sprint. I lost it. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I got halfway through, was really enjoying it, and then lost it somewhere in my house. So I picked it up again. It's really fun. I'm just getting to the bit where I don't know whether anybody's read Darcy Coates' books before, but it's just turned really wild and the ghost has appeared. So I'm enjoying it, but also feeling quite scared about what's going to happen next. I'm also writing something that my agent said she wanted to read the first few chapters of. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should make it good. So I'm going to read and edit and tidy up what I'm working on. So, oh, the comments are popping up. So I'm just going to go and see what people...
Yeah, I've just noticed a few of them. Hi.
Are reading in the comments.
Oh, my sound and picture's fine. Okay, that's good.
Oh, good. Hi, Lizzie. Thank you for joining us.
It's not mine that keeps going off.
Hi, Brittany. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Ellie.
Mina and the Slayers was so good. I've just finished it.
Oh, cool. There are people talking about me in the comments. I like that. See, I don't know. I think Storm's one of those things, aren't they, that you have this visceral response and either you just absolutely love it or something in you tells you that storms are a frightening thing and you can't help it. I totally get that. Oh, In the Quick, I haven't heard of. Tell us, what is that like? Is it a spooky season read? Because although my pile is absolutely ridiculous for spooky season, I'm kind of trying to add more stuff to it as well. Ooh, what are you reading, Brittany? Tell us what you've got 20 pages left of and if you're enjoying it. Hi, Kasia. Excellent. Tell us what you're planning to read and well done for getting the work done. I'm still doing the work. Oh, yeah, this is my husband, who's also my tech support. Anybody who knows me will know. That's good to know that we're all looking good. Oh, I loved Infamous. Have you read any Lex Croucher books, Katie? They're not particularly spooky, so I'm guessing you might not have done.
I haven't, no. Sound interesting, though.
Yeah,
I give everything a try, to be fair.
Do you?
Yeah, spooky books from basically August till December, January. And then it's fantasy, historical fiction, anything, to be fair. I even read a romancy sad book, which I would never read. And I really did enjoy it, to be fair. And it made me cry, and I've never cried at a book before.
I'm learning new things about you, Katie. I thought just the whole aesthetic was like pure spookiness. It's good to know you have different
That's
layers.
just me on the general, but I know I like everything.
Yeah, I think you probably like that then. So Lex wrote Reputation and Infamous, which are both historical of sort of the Jane Austen era, but written in a beautiful Jane Austen way, but with a modern sensibility. So where Jane Austen would have been held back by the values of the time, Lex kind of critiques what it was like, and she has really diverse casts and diverse relationships, and I just love them. So yeah, I would really recommend those to anybody who's looking for a historical, romantic kind of bits of romance, not loads of it, but fun read. Oh, I've got the Final Gambit on my stack for this month. Hawthorne Legacy books. Inheritance Games. That's the first one. I think you'd like those, Katie, if you haven't read them. They're really good, like YA thrillers.
Just
keep adding stuff to the list. That's the only problem with doing sprints. I'll invite you on this once, and then you're like, oh no, I've just added about 1,000 books that I need to read. Yes, Caroline. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for ordering. It does really help. The Storyteller and the Lost Apothecary. All these sound like delightfully spooky. I'm interested to know what people think of their books. Oh, City of Heavenly Fire. I'm just looking at my shelf and trying to work out what order that is. Is that a reread, or is that your first read of... Is it Mortal Instruments? I get all the Cassandra Clare ones mixed up. Have you read any Cassandra Clare, Katie?
I haven't. I've got, I think, nearly all of them, minus a few. It's one of those, because there's quite a lot of popular books I haven't read, because I just read what I want.
Yeah, I'm like that as well.
Signed with people, so I've got a lot on the TBR that are popular that I need to read. I think I'll be starting Cassandra Clare in January. That's my plan.
If you want to buddy read any of them, tell me, because I've been kind of thinking about rereading them. So if you're starting from the beginning,
yes,
I'll join you.
The last one of the Chain of Thorns is coming out in January. Is it January or February that it's coming out?
See, I've got completely behind. I got up to the Lady Midnight ones. I don't know what that series is called, because James Masters reads the audiobooks, so I made sure I listened to them, because obviously I love Spike from Buffy. I don't think you can see any of my Spikes, but anybody who doesn't know, he's my favourite and my best. Oh,
is it my camera, sorry, that keeps going off, or is it yours? Because I keep losing it completely.
Okay, well, I can see you all the time, so I wonder if it's just your internet with the store might just be going in and out, but I can still see you, so don't do anything embarrassing, because we can see what you're doing.
I'm like, why is it not working?
It's fine. Literally, we can still see and hear you. I know it's really stressful, but you just, it's really chill doing sprints. You don't have to worry about feeling like you're polished or, you've got something prepared to say. It's just kind of...
Ask me if I don't reply. Just say it again, because I'll hear it.
That's fine. I'll just keep repeating myself. People are probably used to that, to me talking around stuff. So in the quick, a sci-fi, a realistic account of being an astronaut. Interesting. And a female astronaut too. That's awesome. Don't read much sci-fi, so I'm always intrigued when people like it. She's trying to figure out why it broke. Cool. Oh, good recommendations in the quick. I'm going to remember that. Ooh, okay. Girl A is one of those that I've seen sort of everywhere and know very little about. So maybe you can tell us what that's about, Kasia. Cruel Castle, I really enjoyed, by Bryony Pierce. She wrote Savage Island and Raising Hell too, which I really liked. Yeah, I mean, Kev suggested you could try headphones if that helps. Maybe during this sprint, when we go to that, you can grab some headphones and have a go. It sometimes helps with the sound and stuff. So I think during this sprint, we're going to go to sprints in a couple of minutes. Let us know during how you're getting on. I think we'll sprint for 40 minutes and then come back and have a chat, do another 40 minutes, and then I'll see how we're all feeling by the end of that point. Katie may kind of come or go. You're completely welcome to stay, or I know you've got coursework and stuff to do, so feel free to go when you need to. I'm probably going to turn away from you because my laptop's here. So if I vanish, I am here. I'm just writing and editing, and then I'm going to read a little bit of Ashburn House too. So which one do you think you're going to read first, Katie? Then are you going to try and get through your current read? Yeah,
I really need to finish it. It's been weeks. Well, the whole of August. Do
you think it's because, are you enjoying it, or are you sort of having to push yourself through it?
At first I was. It's not bad. it's just took me longer to get into than most books because it's
Yeah.
not written very well. There's things in there that sentences and things that don't need to be there, and it's just chucked
Oh,
in
okay.
for a tarot reference, which really doesn't need to be in it.
Oh, okay.
Having said that, I am enjoying it, and I'm getting into it more now. I'm in the middle, and it's sort of all happening. It's gone again.
So maybe a bit of focus
yeah,
reading, and you
I'm
can
really,
tell
really
us at
enjoying
the
it.
end
So,
if you
well, I
do
say really
like
enjoying
it.
it. Really enjoying it now. So yeah, I will hopefully get a decent chunk done.
Cool, definitely. Well, City of Heavenly Fire is a reread, so I think I've only read the first couple of books twice, but it might be even like 15 years or something since I read the first ones. So I'm definitely due a reread. Right, okay, so I'm going to add the timer to the stream. Just to warn you, Katie, and anyone else, the cat will meow obnoxiously after 40 minutes, and it makes everyone jump. Do apologise, but I kind of love it at the same time, so I've stuck with the little cat. So I'm going to press play. I'll mute me and Katie so you won't be able to hear us, but you'll still be able to see us. Katie, you can turn your camera off, so if you do want to go or have a bit of peace from us, you can turn camera off. And Katie, you can chat to me in the private chat if you want to as well. So we will see you in 40 minutes. Please send me messages in the meantime to let me know what you're reading, how you're getting on, and we will see you on the other side. Hello, everyone. Hi, Katie. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but we've finished the sprint now. I'll just send Katie a message and let her know that we're back.
There we go.
Oh, you're back. Sorry, I think you were frozen then. I couldn't tell if you were still reading or not. I was like, is she with us? Is she
No,
not?
I think the signal's got better, I think.
Oh, good. Excellent. So, how did you get on during that sprint?
I finished a whole chapter.
Oh, good. Are you enjoying it any more, having the focus time to read on it, or?
About the same, because I just feel like there's a lot in the chapter which just doesn't make sense, doesn't need to be there, and it's just, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
Like,
when I'm
it's
reading a
just
book
sort
like that,
of,
it just kind of you're taking out
I
the
want
story,
to,
aren't you?
pardon?
You're kind of taking out the story, aren't you? When there's something that bothers you about the writing, you keep having to stop and think about it. It should feel quite effortless, I think, to read, and you shouldn't be thinking about the author when you're reading.
Yeah, and I keep having to like reread a sentence because it's like, why is that there? So then I'm like, what's actually happening again? Like, and then having to go back a paragraph to actually realise where I'm at again. So, I mean, it's okay. I don't like DNF in a book. There's only one book I have nearly not stopped reading a long time ago, but persevered. I mean, I had like a few months break from it and then read it.
Oh,
But
seriously?
yeah, that was The Familiars by Stacey Halls. I don't know
Okay.
if anyone's ever read that, but
No, I'm
I was
aware of
really,
it.
really like, I had it on a pre-order, and when they were advertising it, it made out it was going to be like a really like witchy Pendle Witches book. And when I read it, I mean, The Familiars, I thought it was a witch's familiar, but it wasn't.
Oh.
It's an old word for like a sort of, not a slave, but like a housemaid sort of thing.
Okay.
And yeah, it didn't live up to the adverts for it. So I was like, and then right at the end was the Pendle Witches bit, and I was like, okay, that's the best bit out of the book.
So actually, not DNFing that one kind of had some reward. I think when I was younger, I used to always push through and read a book, but now I feel like I do DNF books, and I tend to DNF and then immediately get rid of it as well. So I just, once I'm not enjoying something, I can't continue for whatever reason. I feel like there's so many books to read. We've lost Katie, or I've lost Katie for a sec, so I'm just going to go to some comments. Please let us know how you got on in the sprint.
About the signal.
Oh no, you just paused for a second. It's fine. I could still see you, but I can hear you now, but you're still kind of frozen. So I'll go through some comments and see if it catches up.
I spoke too soon about the signal. It literally just paused briefly then.
Oh yeah, you're frozen for me at the minute, but I can hear your voice. So I don't know. It's up to you if you want to kind of carry on still chatting, and we'll see if the image catches up. I'll just go through the comments and see if that gives you a second for your internet to sort itself out. Hi, Lisa. Are you editing videos, or are you editing stuff that you're writing? I would like to know. I didn't actually tell people what I did in the sprint. I edited a chapter. So as a reward, I read a chapter of The Haunting of Ashburn House, and it is getting pretty wild now. Oh, I can see you again now, Katie. You're back.
Hi.
Yeah, this is getting really creepy now. It's interesting how
every time I come back, I think.
Oh, have you lost me now? Yeah, I was just saying that every time I read a book where there's only one main character that it spends a lot of time on, I sometimes find I lose interest. But Darcy Coates is doing a really good job of the main character being the sole focus, and sometimes she's completely on her own, and it's still really creepy. So I'm enjoying this one a lot. I've not got much left, so I might get close to finishing it tonight with a bit of writing as well. I'll just give Katie a sec to see if she comes back. Well done, 63 pages, awesome. I hope that in the next sprint you might be able to get it read.
I'm still here. I'm just going to go on my phone. So
yep, go for it. That's absolutely fine.
Use my phone instead, because I feel like I might disappear for a minute.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, just join us whenever you can. We might be sprinting by the time we come back, but that is fine. It's all very chilled here. Oh, cool. So importing footage for book reviews ready to edit. I feel very lucky that I don't do a lot of the editing or any of the editing stuff really with my YouTube videos. My husband helps me out with that. Okay, so I'm just going to add Katie back to the stream. Hello. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, you're nice
I
and
can see
clear
a bit
now.
better.
Can you see and hear me okay?
I think I need my earphones though.
Okay, yeah. We'll let Katie get
Audio.
sorted. Oh, that story of my life as well, Caroline. I cannot help but check my phone for stuff. Let's have a look. Next comments. Well done, Ellie.
Just gonna have to try and figure out how I can turn this up. 1 minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, editing video footage. Cool. I just hear the word editing, and because my whole life at the minute is editing this book that I'm working on, I just assume editing means editing a book. 11 chapters, that's awesome. I do really like short chapters as well. I think I try and read and write books generally with short chapters just because I find I can get through them a lot faster. I think that's why I like the Inheritance game so much that somebody else mentioned, just because the chapters are so short. It really drives me through the book. Are you back with us, Katie?
I can only just hear you for some reason. It's not picking up on here. I'm just trying to change my settings.
Okay, well, we'll go to...
That's my...
Okay, well, don't worry. We'll go to a sprint. Let us know in the comments what you're planning to do in the next sprint. And I'll try and help Katie while the others sprinting. I'll send you some messages and see if we can get you sorted out. Okay, so I'll just pop the timer on everyone. I'll try and help Katie out, and we will see you on the other side. Oh, sorry, did the cat get you that time?
Yeah.
Not really that sorry, I'd stop using it. It's good, isn't it? Just especially when you're reading a book like this, where terrifying things are happening. I had to stop reading before just because I knew that the cat would make me scream.
I would
Yeah.
just jump out of my skin.
This book is getting seriously intense now. I'm like, oh, I need to read the rest of it. I need to find out how all this is going to end. It is just wild. Have you read any Darcy Coates before?
I think I need to add it to my list. I might do
Yeah,
it right now.
Yeah, this is my second one, and I enjoyed the first one, but this one is just like a really intense haunted house story. A girl pitted against this haunted house. Well, a woman pitted against this haunted house. It's adult horror, so it's quite intense for me, who's more used to YA.
Well, it sounds really good.
I'm just going to go to the comments while you are adding it to your list, and then we can find out how your reading is going. Yes, I do like short chapter. I can't promise I'll always write books with short chapters, but these ones, it just lends itself really well. And I love writing cliffhangers too, so hopefully you'll enjoy that, Caroline. Oh, thank you for coming. Darcy Coates is excellent. If you're into horror, if you're into particularly haunted houses, she does really well. I know she's done lots of haunting books. I would recommend them. That is so random. I did not know that, but thank you. I'm kind of going to remember that. That's the sort of dark detail that I appreciate. Vin Diesel is an anagram for Iron Lives. Okay. I mean, of course it is. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Oh, and thank you for liking too. I find that I'm really productive during sprints. I don't know whether it's because I'm on screen and I feel really accountable that I've actually got to concentrate. So I pick up my phone and I'm like, oh, no, they can see me. Yeah, I just really like it that I get lots of writing done. I just edited another chapter and then rewarded myself with more horror. Excellent. See, productivity all around. I like it. So how did you get on, Katie? Is the book entertaining you anymore?
Only half a chapter, but I suppose with swapping laptops, that did take a few minutes. I'm at a good part right now, which is good. And I've got 1.5 chapters that I'm on the last section of the book because it's in 4 sections. So I've not actually got that far to go. I can't DNF it because I'm so far now. So I just need to get on with it and just try and not be as irritated by the writing.
It's really hard though, isn't it? Because the writing, like I said, the writing is meant to just be the way into the story. And if you're not vibing with the writing, it is really difficult to kind of overcome that. I think I've DNF'd a book at halfway through before, but if I'd gone any further, I probably would feel that I have to continue. But yeah, I'm impressed with your resilience. I haven't got the focus or the kind of like attention span these days. I'm just like, if it's not got my interest, I just need to move on. So while I've got you for a minute, Katie, tell me, what are you going to watch this Halloween? I feel like you're going to have some sort of film that is either a favourite that you watch every year or something that you are excited about this year. So can you give us any recommendations?
Well, I've already watched the first Hocus Pocus.
Excellent.
Hocus Pocus 2 is definitely on the list.
Yes.
Crimson Peak, again, another favourite.
Yeah, I love it.
I always watch Nightmare Before Christmas as well, and I know that's technically Christmassy, but it's a bit of both for me.
No, I feel that it is a year-round film that particularly comes into its own. I mean, you can see I have got quite a bit of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff behind me. I love Jack and Sally. I think you can watch that any time of year, particularly Christmas and Halloween. You get bonus points. I don't think it's a Christmas film. I think it's an any time of year film. I definitely need to watch Hocus Pocus 1 before number 2 comes out. I also discovered Trick or Treat last year. Have you watched that?
The one with Sam.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I love it. It's the only because I love scary films and obviously anything spooky, but I sometimes struggle watching them on my own. I even struggled with Harry Potter with the Dementors when that first came out back in the day. And that's the only horror film I've ever been able to watch and sit and watch it on my own. Even though it's a bit scary, I loved it.
It's scary and slightly cheesy and just really fun. And I love the fact that it has like actors that you recognise. And it like isn't Sookie from True Blood in it, I think. Do I remember that right?
Yeah.
Somebody like that is. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I love the fact that Sam is like so cute and so evil. He's just amazing. And so I think that's going to become, somebody told me to watch it last year, and I think that's going to become like a yearly rewatch for me, because I'm already kind of thinking I need to watch it.
It really is. Have you ever watched? Right. I'm going to have to get the name up because I always forget the name. It's an old TV series, and it is called, I've got it saved to my list somewhere. Oh, it's gone. Is it gone?
I'll do another comment, so I'm not going to put you under pressure. You find it at your leisure.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely can't solve the riddles. Even the very first one to get into the mansion, I was like, this girl's got to be really clever because I've got no idea. So yeah, I'd be with you. Although I could manage to stay in the house with all the hot Hawthorne brothers, so I think I could tick off that criteria, but solving the riddles, no. Oh, I need to watch Court's Bride. I feel like it's one of those things that, have I watched it or have I like half watched it? I need to properly commit. Are you a cook?
I love Tim Burton though, like anything that sort of creepy vibes. And because I got married last year, it was originally supposed to be the day before Halloween, but with having to postpone from lockdown, it was the 29th, and that was I watched like every day last year leading up to the wedding. Even on my wedding night, I watched it like the night before the wedding.
Romantic, that I'm sure. I mean, obviously your partner knew what he was getting with that, so that's fine. You just show him the real you.
Yeah,
I need to watch it now and know whether that's a good thing or a horrifying thing to watch on your wedding night. I'll make that my homework for the spooky season. Clockwork Orange. I've never read it. I have watched it and felt like I didn't know what was happening, but I liked that I didn't know. Have you seen or read it, Katie?
No, I've not heard of it.
You haven't ever? Oh my gosh, A Clockwork Orange is kind of, it's one of those things that came out a long time ago, so I don't know how dated it would be to watch now, but it's sort of I don't even know whether to call it horror. It's a very weird kind of creepy staple. I don't even know whether I should recommend it, but it's a very strange thing to watch, but I feel like you need to at least give it a little try.
Yeah,
the original The Craft. Yes. Okay, The Craft is one of my favourite films. I do want to write a witch thing at some point because I just love their version of witch. So I'm assuming you're a The Craft fan, Katie.
Yes. One of my first, because I've never had I had the video of it as a kid, but we don't have video players anymore, nor any videos anymore. And when me and my hubby first got together, like nearly 10 years ago now, I was like, I really, really want it on DVD. And he got me it. It got me it for the first birthday together on DVD. So I was like, yay! It's one of my favourite films. Like since I was a child, I just love it.
He gets you. Like you've obviously got a keeper there to buy you The Craft. That is awesome. Yeah, I think it's probably one of my top 5 films of all time. Let us know in the comments. I'm now craving more spooky films. Please tell me other things that we should be watching this spooky season.
Have you watched the newer, more modern Craft?
Have you watched it?
Yeah, it's obviously it'll never replace the original. Nothing ever will. But I did enjoy it because it was obviously a bit of a different story, really. Obviously with the guy, but then obviously when Nancy was in it right at the end, it was like.
Yeah, see, I thought it was okay. I really liked the ending. I don't know, with remakes and kind of follow-ons, I think I always hold my standards really high, and I'm like, if it isn't perfection or like the original, I'm just not going to be happy.
That's why I'm worried about Hocus Pocus 2, but I'm going to try and not go into it with any expectations.
Yeah.
Luckily, obviously, it's the same witches, same actresses, and I know the people aren't going to be the same. I would be surprised if there is. There might be like a cameo, maybe. I don't know. But it should be good. I mean, it's them, so it should be good, but it's never going to be the first.
Yeah, I feel like it's got the right people in its favour, hasn't it? And they've just got to do, things that we want with it. Hi, Lizzie. Excellent work finishing your book. Let us know if you enjoyed it. Oh, Midsummer is one of those that's been on my list and I still haven't watched it. Is that a cult film? I feel like it's about cults. I'm into cults.
I think it is, isn't it?
Okay, so yeah, we obviously need to watch this because people have told me it's really scary and I believe Alice, so I'm going to add that to my list. Wrong login. I don't know. It's Kev commenting as me. It wouldn't surprise me. Halloween TV specials. Yeah, one year on Sky, we sat and recorded all of the Halloween TV specials of stuff like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and like probably The Simpsons and Zack and Cody and stuff like that. And it was a really good time. We just watched them back to back. Another thing me and my friends sometimes do is get together and watch all the Buffy Halloween episodes. So that's really fun.
That TV show that I was mentioning earlier, Creep Show.
Oh, I haven't seen that. So that's really good.
It's I think it's quite an old one. I'm not sure. There's a load of like sort of seasons of it as far as way or episodes, but it's sort of like really old school mixed in with like comic strip.
Cool.
I think it is actually a comic originally, and it's like your typical old school horror. If that makes any sense.
It does. All you need to do is say just say old school to me, and I'm like, yes, take my money. I'll watch it. That sounds cool.
It is really good.
Your recommendations, I just will trust forever, so that's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, Blair Witch Project. I went to see when I was 15 at the cinema, and it had the best marketing ever because I saw it thinking it was real. So it kind of was portrayed as being this real found footage that these people had actually gone missing and their footage had been discovered in the woods. So I thought it was a great, like the whole concept. I think the film is good, but I think the concept of making people believe it's real is just like the cleverest thing ever. Have you watched it, Katie?
I'm pretty sure we started watching it as a sleepover when I was young. I don't remember it. I know what it's about. I know sort of what happens in it, but I don't remember being that scared of it.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I can remember certain films that I was absolutely terrified of and used to run home from my friend's house, and that was Exorcism of Emily Rose. Not even that scary, but I literally watched it when we was like obviously a bit too young.
Yeah.
My friend only lived down the road, but I legged it home from hers because I was that terrified.
That was me. My friend Emma was allowed to watch any films that she wanted to, and she had Candyman and It, so we watched those at different points. And I don't think I even watched the whole of Candyman, but I remember walking home on my own being so upset to pass every drain because I was really convinced that Pennywise was going to get me. And I'm still terrified of clowns, so I've got like childhood experiences and Emma to thank for that. Monster House, is that the like animated film? I seem to remember thinking that was really fun. Yeah, I need to watch that again. I can't wait when my toddler gets a bit older to show him all this creepy stuff. I'm like gonna have to have a list every year that I can introduce him to. Lights Out, I don't think I've seen. The original, it definitely is my favourite one. Yeah, Clockwork Orange. I think the book was banned as well, and the movie, which always makes me want to read it if I hear it's banned. 13 Ghosts I saw ages ago. And I thought it was great. Yeah, scared. I'm assuming you don't think it's going to be scary, but you think that, is it going to live up to the hype? The New Craft. See, Kate, you've got a vote in your favour there. Cabin in the Woods. Oh my gosh, I love Cabin in the Woods. I just want to watch scary movies as well. Have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
I have, and I can't remember it. I'm so weird. I've watched loads of films. Some of them I can't remember the names of. Some of them just don't stick. Unless it was
I know what you mean.
Favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the fact that it plays with horror tropes, and if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but it goes off at this really kind of unpredictable angle. I think it's really well written and fun, and Chris Hemsworth is in a scene that gave me so many chills. I won't spoil, but yeah, definitely worth watching in my book. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've never survived being an astronaut. I'm terrified of even the idea of space. Makes me feel really scared because anything I can't see or conceptualize, I think I find really unsettling. The Ring is excellent.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Tales of Halloween 2015. I trust Kasha's recommendations, although if Kasha thinks it's brutal, I'm scared because Kasha has a high tolerance for scary stuff. So you'll need to tell me, Kasha, if I can cope with Tales of Halloween. Yeah, I think I'd love to do that. At some point, if I write a book and I tell you that it's based on a true story, you'll have to question whether it actually is, because I'd love to do that kind of Blair Witch thing. It's so fun thinking something is real. And oh my gosh, we're getting so many comments here, Katie. This just must be the you effect. Like, I've never had this many people chat before. 31 movies and spooky specials on a wheel and randomly choose one to watch every night. That is such a good idea. I might actually do that. I really like that idea, Bethany.
I'm really
I think-
indecisive, so it might actually be a really good idea.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I'd end up writing on a scrappy piece of paper rather than making a beautiful wheel. But yeah, I like the idea. Oh, we did. I forgot about that. See, my husband knows all the best stories. Yeah, we went to Burkittsville, where it was filmed, and it just felt really off and strange. Like it's this kind of picture perfect town, but there's a creepy church and creepy graveyard. And of course, knowing that that's filmed there, it was awesome. And let's have a look. Nightmare on Elm Street, yes, is horrifying. The idea that something can get you in your dreams. So, yes, only the first one. I think I went off them after that. Tales of Halloween is different stories based on Halloween night. It's pretty good. You can give it a try and let me know what you thought. Oh dear, I'm scared. Okay, I'm going to do it, Kasia. I'll try and be brave. Yeah, I think writing on scraps of paper is about the level of effort I can commit to. I think I'm going to do that. That's a really good idea. Sorry, Kev, husband, if you're still watching, that's what we're doing this Halloween. So exciting. Although I still probably have to write a book during that time, so I might not do a movie a night. Thank you for all the Halloween chat. I enjoyed that. I feel like Katie summoned it for us. So that's awesome. You can come back, Katie.
Sat with all the pumpkins out.
Yeah, I think the closer we get to Halloween, like the more Halloweeny the environment will be, and we'll be like surrounded by pumpkin spice lattes and like maybe dressed up. I might do a dressed up one at some point.
I can turn it around. I've got Halloween out already.
Excellent. Oh, I keep meaning to, but my toddler just anything that's kind of his height would get sabotaged because he just like it and want to play with it. So I might have to have Halloween like above eye level this year. I think we will do one more sprint, half an hour, because I may fall asleep if I do any longer. So if you're happy to stay with us, Katie, we'll have another chat at the end of that. I might turn my camera off because I may end up slumped in front of the TV for this one. But yeah, I will be back at the end of it. So let me just pop and check. Change the time on the kitty. If I can remember how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to change that to 30 minutes if that's okay with everyone. Please come at us with your Halloween recs and tell us what you're doing in last sprint, and we will see you on the other side. Hello, we're back. So the cat didn't make you jump too much that time.
No, but it made my cat jump.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Katie's cat. What's your cat called?
The one that's staring at me now is Luna. Salem's somewhere else.
Oh, good names. Cute. So I ended up watching One of Us is Lying and did no reading or writing, and I feel like I was justified in my choice. I've just started watching it and it's good so far. Have you read the book or watched the TV show, Katie?
What was that? What was that?
One of Us is Lying?
No, I've not. Is it
Yeah,
good?
it's I mean, the book's interesting. I liked it. The TV show is like a little bit different so far from what I remember. But yeah, I'm sort of reserving judgment until I get to the end. Like I said about remakes, I'm never sure what I'm going to make of them. But so far, I like this one. Let's see how people are getting on in the comments, and I'll check in with you about what you've been reading. None. I haven't read. I'm on books again. I haven't watched any of the Nun things. Have you watched them, Katie?
I have actually, and I think it's the Curse of the Nun. There was the last one that was quite. I always think anything that looks quite or could be quite. I say they can't be real, but could be real is terrifying.
Yeah, I think I like that. I think anything that's got a kind of hint of reality does tend to be more frightening to me, definitely. Oh, cute. Yeah, I think dressing up like a ghost family sounds like a very cute idea, and we need to see pictures, please. And let's have a look. Oh, Jenna's just said hi. Maybe the next message will catch up. Oh, Jenna missed the chat again. Oh, sorry, Jenna. You'll be able to catch up afterwards if you want to watch what we've talked about. Right, so I think we'll go to Katie then. So what did you get done in the last sprint?
I've got nearly to the end of this section. It's just so slow. I think because I'm just going back and rereading sentences a lot, that it's just taking longer than it would. I mean, I'm not the fastest reader, but I'm definitely not normally this slow.
Yeah, I think I sometimes read books really slowly, and I think Laini Taylor is one of my favourite authors, and I find myself reading her books really slowly because of the way she writes. I just want to savour them. Do you like Laini Taylor as well?
Yes, literally, Daughter of Smoke and Bone is probably my favourite trilogy at the moment.
Yeah, same. I think that, well, I have to talk about this off camera, but I think that the direction that book goes in just completely took me off guard, and I loved it. And I'm not a huge fantasy reader normally. So yeah, I was really impressed with it. I'm not going to say anything to spoil it. I'm just going to go to a couple more comments. Oh, thank you. I'm glad if books can give any kind of escapism, and it's really nice that mine can do that. That's really kind. Thank you. And I hope that you're all right. I did see that Good Girls Guide to Murder is. I didn't know it was BBC actually. I knew that it was being made. I really love those books. So I'll be interested to see what they do with them and how they'll do the kind of podcast format and things visually. I think that'll be really good. Hopefully. Oh, okay. God's Grave. I'm trying to think whether I've read that. Is that in the Evernight? I always get that wrong series. Have you read them, Katie?
I've got them, but the only book I can't get in hardback is God's Grave.
Oh, okay.
I've got them all in hardback apart from that one. I've got that one in paperback, so it looks really weird on the shelf, like hardback, small.
That happens to me so often. It's so frustrating. You'll just have to. I mean, charity shops are usually the place where I sometimes happen upon good stuff like that. And then doom scrolled on Twitter. Or yeah, I'm going to be heading to bed fairly soon. Thank you for coming, Lizzie. Yeah, doom scrolling is unfortunately way too much of my time. Oh, I think the cat's meowed again. I forgot to stop it. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Oh no, the power went out. See, our power hasn't gone out, but we did have really heavy storms earlier. Oh, I'm glad you had your flashlight. That's a fun way to read. Hi, Jenna. I think that's everybody's comments so far. And I think we're going to start to wrap things up there. I'm just going to... Oh, another comment's popped up. I don't like to leave it. Oh, AB Books will be a good place to check, Katie. Have a look there for your...
I'm hoping one day. maybe in 50 years I'll get one.
I did have one and I sold it on eBay. I'm really sorry. I feel like I could have helped you out with that. But yeah. Right, I'm going to hide the comment. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I didn't do sprints last week because Katie and I were both at the same event. I did my launch, me and the Slayers, which was really fun. I should be able to do sprints next week. I've got some other events coming up. I'm doing one in Preston on Saturday, if anyone is local, one in Hull the following week, and one, a couple of things around Whitby the weekend after that. But yeah, I'm so excited about that. I've not been to Whitby kind of with my author hat, so that'll be interesting, and I've not been for a while. So going near Halloween, I think it'll be good to do some spooky stuff while I'm there. But yeah, so I should hopefully on Thursday nights I'm pretty free. So I will keep doing these sprints. I'm really enjoying them. Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you, Katie. I knew we'd have fun chatting.
Thank you. It's been really good.
So I'm going to end the broadcast in a second. Katie, you'll still be on screen with me, so we can say bye. Thanks everyone. Keep an eye on my social media, and I will be letting you know when the next ones are coming up, but it should be next Thursday if anything else doesn't come up. So thanks again, Katie. Thank you everyone. And yeah, touch on social media with either of us if there's anything that you didn't get a chance to say. Katie, can you just tell us where we can find you on social media?
Either Instagram or TikTok at Reader's Roost. Awesome.
And Rika, you're gonna have to tell me if I pronounce your name correctly or not. Is it Rika or Rika? Let me know. This was so fun. Thank you, Amy and Katie. I enjoyed it as well. Thank you for coming. And thank you for coming along. I think that's a nice note to end it on. So night everyone, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye. Thank you.